This is a better GTR from Honda. This is a better Japanese supercar than the Nissan GTR.
Yes guys, what is up? Welcome to the SOL YouTube channel. I hope you are well and welcome to a quirky video and car that I'm excited to film today. I am yet to drive. I've never even sat in a 2016 Honda NSX. I've been guilty in the past of sticking to the mainstream supercar manufacturers like Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche and McLaren, and whilst I've ignored this car, there was something that I was reading last night that really intrigued me about this thing. When the Honda engineers were developing this car, they went out and bought a Ferrari 458 Italia, which was the benchmark mid-engine supercar, a Porsche 911 Turbo S, which is the ultimate daily supercar, and an Audi R8 V10 Plus, which has one of the best engines ever. They stripped those cars apart and designed and built the Honda NSX from the ground up based on those three cars. And today, I'm going to find out whether this car, at sub £90,000, gets anywhere near all three of those insane supercars. Welcome to the peace and quiet of the interior of the Honda NSX. And I have to say, obviously I've seen photos of it. This car came out in 2015, 2016. This is a 2016 car. But it's got a plethora of leather, Alcantara, a little bit of aluminium here. I do like the Alcantara with the NSX embroidered right here, and everything is quite nice. Obviously you've got the Honda logo in front of you, which in the car form isn't quite as exciting as the motorbike form. But this really was ahead of its time. It is a 3.5 litre twin turbo V6 with 3 electric motors. This is a hybrid. It's all-wheel drive. We've got one motor on each of the front wheels here. We've got one motor powering the rear wheels, as well as the engine powering the rear wheels. But check this out. Full-on electric mode, then the petrol kicks in. But to begin with, you can creep around, especially in traffic and through the city, in full-on electric mode, which is quite cool. And I think Honda really have nailed their characteristics. I've basically spent the last 10-15 minutes driving to some of these picturesque roads just so that I can get to grips with this car before I try and dump my brain and first impressions on you as to what I'm experiencing in this car. But my first real impressions are the wing mirror view is amazing. You look here and you've got these really aggressive angular air vents just streaking down the side of the car. The wing mirror shape themselves makes you feel like you're in a super wide car. This is the same width as an Audi R8 V10 Plus, so it can definitely fit on the British B roads. And the steering is probably, for me, the most perfect steering I've experienced in a car in comfort mode. It's just got the right amount of weight as you're going through the corners that you really feel like you are in control and fully confident of the grip that this car has. It's got a 9-speed dual clutch gearbox, which is quite impressive because when you want to, I'm in, well, 8th gear now, doing 47 miles an hour, which is completely different to how I experience the Nissan GTR when I'm on the motorway in 6th gear, having the valves open at 2,500 RPM and just getting droned out with a stock exhaust. This already feels like a more complete Japanese supercar killer to the Nissan GTR. I'm going to find a place to turn around. That would have done. And I want to go back on that road in Sport Plus, because I've got a feeling it is going to feel like a totally different car. That I've heard today from collecting this car down at VVS, where it is for sale for around £86,000, we'll get onto the price point in a little bit, is they say it's a baby 918. And they really believe that. They say that the cornering speeds, the acceleration, the fact that it's four-wheel drive but such a capable supercar that you can enjoy on a daily basis ticks so many boxes that they feel like it's a baby 918. Isn't the baby 918 a 911 Turbo S? Well, that was one of the cars that Honda bought to design this. They bought the 458, the Audi R8 V10 Plus, and a 911 Turbo S. So we're now in Sport Plus. We're now in manual. This is, by the way, the first time I've put my foot down in this car, so we'll see. I was not expecting that. Oh my God, that thing just pulls like a train. It's actually got good sound as well. I think that's pumped into the interior. Oh, wow. I was impressed from a usability point of view, just how practical, smooth the suspension was. And we're now in Sport Plus. Everything's firmed up, become that much more responsive. It's much louder inside the cabin. And my God, is this a fast car. I was not expecting that. Not when you look down at the steering wheel and it's got a Honda badge on it. Ah, this is a proper supercar. You got little air, I'm trying to think so fast. It's got blow-off valves, so you can hear the engine and the turbos just releasing the air. Oh wow, I'm impressed. I am impressed with this thing. Okay, we're coming into a 40 mile an hour, so I'll calm it down a little bit, but wow, that has got some it's more aggressive than an Audi R8 V10 Plus because it's hybrid. It's got the turbos, but that gap in between whilst you're waiting for the turbos to kick in is substituted with electric torque, which is just instant. So its acceleration, 0 to 60, it starts with a 2. It's around 2.9 seconds, so about the same as my Nissan GTR, but this looks way cooler. I think this looks really futuristic, even though it's now 5 years old. Just get off, open the road up just so that I can see where I'm going, because I do feel like this munches tarmac better than my GTR. Whoa, that was like 60% throttle. And when you're coming up to the corners, you're like, oh, I'm coming way too fast, and you just turn in and come out the other side even faster. It's definitely got that Turbo S characteristic where the cornering speeds just kind of bend your mind as to what is actually capable of a car. Oh. Discounted by a lot of people because the options that you have when you're spending £100,000, there's so many cars that you can buy that why would you go and spend that sort of money on a car that's got a Honda badge? But actually, would I buy this over an Audi R8 V10 Plus? This is a better Japanese supercar than the Nissan GTR. And I reckon if I'd driven this back to back with my GTR, even though I didn't drive the GTR to buy it, which was now a mistake, I would have picked this. I would have spent the extra money and I would have got this. GTR is a 7.5 out of 10. It has its flaws, and I mentioned them. The blind spots, the gearbox, but this, no blind spots. The gearbox is a 9-speed dual clutch. Far better than the Nissan GTR. It's got electric motors, it's a hybrid. This is better on fuel. It's probably better value for money. It's cheaper to run. And I'm convincing myself that I need to swap my Nissan GTR for this. This is not how this video is going to go. I kind of just wanted to reveal my first impressions on this car, of even sitting in it for the first time. Oh, this is better than my GTR. Oh no, I was just about to do all of the modifications. I've got an exhaust, wrap, wheels. I would much rather road trip this car. It's so comfy, easy to cruise around in. I'm rambling on now. Let me know in the comments, please. Let me know what you think. I'm so lost now. I don't know where I am, but oh wow, wow, this car has completely changed my world. This ticks so many amazing boxes. This is the way that I leave the end of the video. Let me know in the comments. Oh man. I'll see you soon, guys. I'll see you at the next video. Take care. Goodbye.